The publication and circulation of scientific papers is a key factor for the advancement of science. Many of these published results rely on high-quality samples. Therefore, the circulation of samples between scientists plays a major role in science. Dissemination of scientific samples deserves being promoted and should provide better recognition. The mission of Sample of Science is to promote the circulation of samples between researchers all over the world, among and across communities. So, how does it work? Matt is a skillful scientist. He has produced nice samples and published at least one related scientific paper. However, he finds that attracting recognition for his work takes too long. Sample of Science is the place to make his samples visible to a broad scientific audience and propose them for dissemination. Matt writes a short sample description with adequate references to his full-length papers. He sends his sample description to one scientific editor who may highlight samples of particular interest. Kim is another skillful scientist with plenty of ideas for nice experiments, but she has limited access to the samples she needs. Browsing on Sample of Science, she finds Matt's sample very interesting for her experiments. Kim contacts Matt through Sample of Science in order to discuss any details needed to decide whether or not they agree to initiate a collaboration. In the case Matt and Kim agree, Kim pays the publication fees for Matt's sample description to be published in Sample of Science Bulletin. It then becomes a citable reference. Meanwhile, Matt sends his sample to Kim. As an immediate recognition that Matt's samples have been adopted by a peer, he gets his sample description published in Sample of Science Bulletin. Because the Sample of Science Bulletin is open access, he gains immediate visibility. Kim gets a unique sample for her research. Her results may lead to a new paper in a peer-reviewed journal, with sample details conveniently described in Matt's Sample of Science Bulletin. If you have interesting samples, but too little time to scout for new collaborations, if you're looking for readily available samples, if you want to build new scientific connections, Sample of Science is a place for you. Sample of Science, because peer adoption of scientific sample serves science.